Live.
You didn't count down.
Didn't need to, but what the chat's
Jesus
still on there,
Christ.
even though I cleared it. It's quite annoying.
Shall we wait for all the non-paying visitors to join us before we...
I know, I was going to say, it's up with streaming, it's not working for me, it's weird.
Can I start now?
Yeah,
I'll be
you
like...
can start whenever you're ready.
Well, I'm ready. Right, is this the right episode number?
108.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Scott and Patton just subbed. Thank you very much, Scott.
Right, ready, go. Hello and welcome to episode 108 of the Seal podcast. I am your host, Pilch, and joining me on my left is Dave.
Hello,
that doesn't
Dave.
Help.
We are recording an audio podcast, remember?
Hello, Pilch.
And on my right is Neil, I believe.
How would we?
And unfortunately, the main man has decided yet again to not join us.
So hello, almost like he can't be asked.
He's probably playing Valorant. Has anyone checked to see?
He's not playing Valorant yet, and he's actually, I think he's hiding offline because he's probably playing Valorant.
Okay. Right. Anyway.
Evening, Scott.
Let's get on with the old. How many have you got people in the chat already?
I've got Patton. It's in the chat.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. We've just gone live.
Well, right, you've got some timers going there, haven't you?
It's only just told me. Daisy just told me to take her hat off.
Oh, you've gone muted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good start.
You were, yeah. Which is important.
No audio.
What happened there then? It's fine a minute ago. No, it's not Discord. It's not Discord muting you. You've unplugged your mic or something.
They can hear us.
You can hear us, yeah, but we can't hear him.
Oh.
It's weird.
No.
Oh.
There we go.
What did you do?
I just shut Discord and opened it up again.
Oh, yeah, weird. It's working. Yeah. You shut it and opened it. It didn't disappear. Your camera never went off. That was weird.
Oh, well, never mind. Anyway, so, right, intros and shout-outs. Let's get started while we've still got the enthusiasm for it. Intros and shout-outs. First thing, shall we do Fantasy League? Is there anything to report on the Fantasy League?
Well, there was a Fantasy League week. A new one started earlier on this evening because it's a Friday night game, so you haven't done any transfers. You're stuffed. And there's a few teams playing twice this coming week. The big movers last week. I think Fraser had a very good week. Shame he's not here to lord it up a bit. I had
His
pretty
points
all right
avoid.
Week. He's what?
His points avoid for not turning up.
Yeah. Shame we can't just beat him out now. Other than that, I don't think anything really changed in the league. But yeah, Fraser's definitely closed up towards Christian at the top. Big loser on the week, I think, was Dan Fletcher. Went down a couple of places. Tim Kelly's all right so far. Got some points today. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of people. Well, I don't know. I've done a cheeky and I played my free hit this week because I've got a load of players in that all my 11 are playing 2 games this week, unless of course they cancel the Tottenham Arsenal game.
No, that's going to go ahead.
Yeah, with Arsenal's schoolboys playing apparently. So
I'm more than happy with that.
So yeah, we'll see. like I say, it's already kicked off, so I can't get the points for last week. But yeah, like I say, I think as I remembered that everyone had a good week. My son will probably shout at me if I don't tell you that he did all right. And I better say that he's just copied me completely this week. I'm going to just get rid of Craig out of here. I've just realised this Craig is in the thing. In the video.
Craig's in the chat.
FPL is a shit show, says Baron von Glower. Who did I captain? Last week it was Antonio. Should have gone with Bowen. I triple captained Antonio last week, so I burned it. He got 1 goal in the first game. He had 2 games last week. Bowen, however, got 1. He got loads of assists in the first game and a goal, and he scored 2 in the second game. So if I triple captain Bowen, I'd be giving it some right now, but I didn't.
I'm saying not.
It's all ifs and buts.
Yeah, this week I have captained. Who did I captain in the end? Someone who's playing 2 games, obviously. No, that's next week. I did Mason Mount as captain this week. He's got 2 games. One of them against Man City, and the other one against Brighton, I think. So we'll see.
Well, the Brighton game,
Okay,
you're likely to get a few points, but
Well, Brighton Palace was on earlier. Conor Gallagher scored for Palace, and there was an own goal for Brighton. So you don't want Anderson for Brighton because he's already scored an own goal. But yeah, I think that's enough of that.
Right, okay, let's move on. Seal Twitch. What have we been doing on Twitch? Have we done anything?
Fraser
we
did a
played Back 4
stream.
Blood again, didn't we?
We did,
Oh,
actually.
yeah, Fraser did a stream. Then he got bored. He was playing Origami 2. Then we twisted his arm and we all had a game of Back 4 Blood. Progressed a little bit further, didn't we?
I can't remember, to be honest. It's all a blur.
I
have no idea what progress we've made, and I feel like I've missed loads. I just join in and play.
You haven't missed any. We've only played together.
I swear we're in Act 3 now, and I was only in Act 1 when last time I played. So I'm just like, I don't remember anything.
We're halfway through Act 2, I think.
Oh right, okay.
It's funny because some of the levels actually seemed a lot easier than some of the Act 1 ones, especially like the boat and stuff. It just seems so manic, whereas these ones you just sort of slowly prod.
Well, if you don't set off the hordes by shooting doors and things, then it is easier, isn't it?
Yeah. And who does things like that?
I don't know.
So that's what. Yeah. So we haven't done a huge amount this week, have we? But
I just did a couple of an hour and a bit of nearly 2 hours of a game that came out on PC today, which I'll talk about in a little while.
Okay, talk about in a little while. Okay, so next thing, is there anything exciting on Discord? Have I missed anything?
I don't think there's been a bit of chit chat as per usual, but oh man, we've had another comment for this show. I don't remember much what's going on in there this week. Anything? Don't think we've had any chit chat, general chit chat going on.
No.
There was a little. Oh, actually, there wasn't there? There was a bit of TV chat going on. Christian wants to buy a new telly.
Oh yes.
So there was a bit of TV chat going on.
So we just steered him to the 2 most expensive brands.
So yeah, so he was after a new OLED. He seemed to be talking about an OLED. Thank you, Rocksteady, for subbing. So I've obviously he asked specifically me about my TV, so I went over a bit about my TV, which was an LG OLED, very nice. Mine's a C9, I think that's a 2019 model. So we're obviously on C1s now, which is 2021. I didn't really pay much attention because CES was only a couple of weeks or a week or 2 ago, and there's usually loads of shit about TVs there.
Yeah. 300 different tellies coming out.
So there'll be all sorts of new stuff coming soon, I dare say, assuming they can make them.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Has anyone actually got any?
I don't know, but you can definitely buy TVs of all things. It seems relatively easy to buy a nice TV at the moment. I go on when I have.
They probably run on older chips anyway, don't they?
They're not cutting edge. I think the big difference with the LG, the newer LGs versus my one, is the CPUs are a bit quicker, so the menus are a bit snappier. But I've got to be honest, mine's pretty good anyway. I do like my old Samsung. I think it was a 2016 4K curved jobby. It is pretty sluggish on the menus and stuff like that versus my LG. But I don't think they put cutting edge shit in there, really, do they? Unless you get an Android TV. But my dad had an Android Sony, and it was a bit slow. So
yeah, I've got my telly in the lounge is a Sony Android. Fucking thing takes 5 minutes when you turn it on for it to do anything. So annoying. It's only 4 years old, that one, so it's not fucking old.
no.
It was a decent one when I got it. So, but my Samsung, what I bought last year. When did PlayStation Xbox come out? Was it last year or the year before? It hasn't been out 2 years, has it?
No, it was just like November
last
20,
November, right,
2020, wasn't it?
Yeah, I bought a new telly to go with that. So that's only just over a year old, but it's half the price it was.
Yeah.
I paid 1,400 quid for it, and now it's 800. So
I got mine on a bit of a deal anyway when I got mine. So I was like, the equivalent model is roughly the same price now as mine. So
right.
I ain't too fussed about getting a new one. But
Right, okay, let's move on. Right, next thing, this week's featured subject.
We didn't have one. You don't need to talk about a featured subject when we don't have one.
Well, I just started. Did you not do one? I don't know.
I didn't ask for anything
sphere,
specifically. So. No, I didn't ask for anything specific.
Okay.
It's only occasional.
Right, okay, change that to occasional.
Derek is asking if we get if they get a refund for a sub if Fraser doesn't appear on the show. I think you actually probably should pay real money.
I think it improves it. Yeah, it improves the show. Emails. There's no emails on my list. Have we not had anything at all?
Nope.
No tweets, no emails. Nothing. We have had stuff in the Discord. I am just trying to find it because we've had another one. So yeah, if you want to do those.
Okay, right. So, question from Lord. Much appreciated, Lord. He's usually chuck something at us, doesn't he? Right. Who was your celebrity crush when you were a young child? Oh, child. Okay. How young are we? How young can we have a celebrity crush?
Is this an age old enough to to get excited about
I'd
celebrity
say,
crush?
Yeah, let's say your teenage crush instead. Emma Bunton was mine.
She was fucking.
Although to be
you
fair,
must have been about 50
I
by
was
the time.
Probably. I don't think the kids were born. I must have been.
It's 90s, I guess. I'll give you that. It's late. It's mid 90s.
All right. Well, Kylie Minogue, obviously, if we're going that far back. She was in Neighbours when I was 15, 16. So I'm saying Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue. Well, I definitely have a poster of Maria Whisker on my wall from the Barbarian game. Which was a thing on the Amiga.
I had a poster of Maria Whittaker and
Linda Lasardi. Classic. Were they posters or they were just page 3s that you just cut out of the paper?
No, big like glossy posters. One was one of them thin, full 6 foot full length.
Oh right, okay. I don't even want to know what you got up to with that.
I was with my wife then, so she used to sit and stare at them.
What should we do tonight, love? Well, let's just sit and look at the poster.
So
I don't know if I'd really class Mariska as my celebrity crush, though. I'm not sure. Did she really count as a celebrity? Were page 3 girls celebrities?
Well, she would have been now, though, wouldn't she? She'd have been all over everything by now. This time, she'd have been on all the usual shit.
She'd have been on Big Brother or something, or I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. In fact, there's still time. I don't even know what's going on with her lately, if she's still around.
I think Sam Fox was probably the first sort of superstar-y one, wasn't she?
Page 3 stunner.
You know that is.
Page 3 stunner.
I definitely remember having Jet on my wall from the Gladiators.
Okay.
I think that was a family friendly. That was something that was allowed in my house when I was yeah.
Okay, so we think we've done that one then. Right, Chinny, we've got something from Chinny. What is your favourite meal to cook? Let's start with Dave. What's your favourite meal to cook, Dave?
Well, a spag bowl. I do like making a spag bowl. It's so easy. Like I can just sort of do it without thinking.
You'd actually make it from scratch with like celery and
Everything.
carrots and onions and
Celery and
make
carrots, and
a base and all that shit.
I make the sauce and make everything. Yeah.
Nice.
Not pasta. I don't make my own pasta. I do cheat on that.
Fucking hell, come on, Dave, get with it.
But yeah. Neil, what's
I
yours?
do a mean.
Go on then. No, go on, Pilch.
I do a mean cottage pie.
We have seen evidence of the cottage pie.
Yeah, I do like a cottage pie.
Maybe you could do a stream of the cooking stream of the cottage pie next time.
I could do it. It'd take 2 hours, but I could do it until it goes in the oven, couldn't I? I do like a cottage pie. I don't know. Because the thing is, it's not just your favourite meal to cook. It's obviously
Are you enjoying the cooking part of it or the eating part of it more?
Oh, I'm looking forward to the eating part of it because I just.
Like, what do you really enjoy cooking, rather than not just like the end product at the end?
I don't really enjoy cooking anything. I do a lot. I do most of the cooking, but I don't particularly enjoy any of it. I don't get in there and start wanging a pan around.
You ever made anything from like completely made something up?
No, I do a lot of things where I just chuck something in like tinfoil, like whatever I've got, vegetables, salad, stuff, chicken, whatever, just pile it all up, make little parcels and shit. I very rarely cook to a recipe. I always make shit up.
I can't do that. I have to follow a recipe. Whereas the missus just like looks in the cupboard, we'll make something up with that.
Yeah, because I try different things and then missus will go, oh, that's a little bit different. What did you put in that? A bit of garlic or a bit of this or.
Does she say it like that, or does she say, what did you put in that?
The fucking hell's in here?
No, normally. So there's no sort of consistency with what I cook. I just chuck in whatever I want. Doesn't say, you have to have 3 teaspoons of that.
I've started to. I've done loads of stuff recently, like, I say recently, I say in the last few years, like, instead of buying like old El Paso fucking fajita mix, I make my own fajita mix and shit like that. I got recipes off the websites and that, and I've kind of there's a recipe, but it's like, I'll put a bit of extra of that in, a little bit less of this and all that, and make kind of thing up now. They're all pretty good. I've got to make fajitas in the next couple of days.
Nice.
I'll do a lot of, if I'm making like a curry or something, I only just chuck in a sauce. I can't be arsed with all that shit.
Yeah.
If I want a proper curry,
curries are hard work. They are to get them good. I think curries are hard.
Like 30 different spices in them.
Yeah, exactly. And you got to fucking fry them off and all that bollocks first.
You see them when they're cooking on the TV, on the chef's programs. They go, it only takes about 10 minutes. They've got like 60 jars all weighed
already cut.
It fucking took you 2 hours to get that ready.
That's a classic Jamie Oliver. That only like 10 minutes it takes to cook this. Fucking 3 hours of cutting vegetables first. But I've got a couple of good recipes.
You've been having in the fridge for 3 days. That you prepared 3 days.
Yeah, the batter and all that
shit. You just get this here.
Yeah. I do this thing. We found a website. I can't remember what it's called. Kitchen Sanctuary or something. Got a load of recipes off there that are pretty good. And one of them that goes down a treat in this house is called Cajun chicken pasta. And initially it was like follow the recipe to the letter, and now it's just like fucking extra this, extra that, loads of this, all sorts of stuff. And it's always fucking well nice. So that's a pretty good one. It's a lot of cutting beforehand because it has chorizo in it, and it starts off with, it's supposed to use like it says so many grams. So I was all measuring it out. Now it's like a fucking whole one. Just the whole one goes in.
The bottle cone it up.
Yeah, fuck that. And it says to put it in at this point. I'm like, no, get the chorizo in first, get that all cooking, then take it out, so you get the nice flavour in the oils before you cook everything. Yeah, it's fuck. Oh.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty chefy over here now. I do like making my own pizza though. It's fucking hard work, but it does taste way better than anything else usually.
Okay. Yeah. Again, I just buy a pizza. I can't be asked to make one. Not from scratch.
I knew Peter.
If you've got kids and you want to make it and make it part of the thing, then fair enough. But
yeah, well, our bread maker does the pizza dough, and it does it really nice, like proper string, like proper nice fluffy stuff. When you put it in the oven, it all puffs up. So yeah, so we've been making some pizzas as well.
Do you like a pizza?
Do you like a pizza?
Yeah,
I do like a few pizzas.
Who don't like a pizza? Who does not like a pizza? No one don't like
Only
pizzas.
weirdos.
Yeah.
Maybe vegans. I don't know.
Thank you for that.
Well, you can get
vegan pizza.
Vegan cheese, yeah.
You can just put.
Yeah, but that's not a pizza then, is it?
Shit. No, or you can just put any old shit.
A pizza with like no cheese on.
Just any old stuff looks like cardboard. It's good enough. Just chuck it on. There's your vegan pizza.
It doesn't have to taste nice. It's only for vegans.
No, it just has to look like it's real.
I'm only kidding.
Okay. Next question. We got a question from Jay. Oh, podcast. Is that podcaster Jay?
Yes.
Don't know.
Yes. You don't know that. Okay.
Neil.
Yes, it is.
Neil. Okay. All right.
You not hear me?
Who do you? No, we couldn't hear you. Who do you predict will die in 2022? Right, well, I've killed him off every year for the last about 5 years, so I'll say Danny DeVito. Is he dead? He's not dead, is he?
He's not dead.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. How is this a legit prediction? Like we've got a one, not like a stupid one, like Prince Andrew might get bumped off, for example. Save any further embarrassment for the family.
I was going to say the Queen. I think.
Yeah. Do you think it's ironically she's not going to make it to that fucking do, isn't it? And instead of having a nice celebration, we'll all be mourning.
Yeah,
seems bad to say that, but
it's a lot of stress on
her. Get a couple of days off.
Yeah, well, we're going to get that extra. Hopefully, she lives long enough to get those couple of days off in June.
Yeah, a couple of weeks after. Make it mid-July, and then we'll make a good summer of it.
How bad is that? It's a bit rude.
It is a bit rude. Talking about our monarch there.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Did anyone else? Did you have a go? The Queen, Danny DeVito. Who did you say?
Well, I was going to say the Queen, but yeah.
Well, you can still say the Queen.
I could say the Queen, but it's a bit rubbish, isn't it? Well, since someone said it already, I didn't mean that the Queen's suggestion was actual rubbish. So.
What about the Queen's corgis? Because then if she dies, they'll have to sacrifice all them and put them in with her, won't they?
Like some weird fucking law. Once the Queen dies, all of her pets have to be sacrificed. They make a coffin out of her or something. Like that's what she has to be buried wearing a suit made from her corgis.
They'll line her coffin with the fur from the corgis.
Gross. She'd be buried with the innards. I can't think of anything else now. That's lame. But
okay.
I'll come up with one later. While we're recording, I'll suddenly go pop one out.
Okay. Right. We better get on to what we've been doing then, haven't we? Let's start with Neil. He's at the top.
So
you have this titled as bed.
It says bedroom business. It's nothing exciting. I can assure you of that. Because basically the business has been, I'm fucking finally getting around to redecorating my bedroom after living in this house for some 12 and a half years and having a shit bedroom for the entire time that we've lived in here. Everyone else's rooms has been done. But ours is just basically the last one to be fucking sorted, and it's been shite for ages. fucking cracks in the wall and all sorts. So
and the stains up the walls, yeah, okay. On the ceiling.
yeah, there's definitely that. So there's been fucking just giant cracks, horizontal cracks along the wall, right there, and so it's going to need a bit of sorting out. And I've been doing several trips to the tip this week with either old clothes or old furniture, and so we've ordered a whole load of new wardrobes from IKEA, which are getting delivered because I could not be fucking bothered to pick up all that shit.
They charge a fucking fortune to deliver.
It's 40 quid delivery.
Fucking.
Everything, or
it was
item?
That's for everything that I've ordered from.
So
it's all like there was a few things that you couldn't get online, and when you go in, it's like this is only available in store. So because initially it was like, oh, fuck's sake, I'm gonna have to like take 2 cars over there to try and get all of this shit in the car, and it still probably won't fucking fit. So I was like, fuck it. I was like, I'll just take off the things that they haven't got, and yeah, could get it delivered. So okay, we'll do that. But so that's coming on like the 21st of this month, and then I went and got the bits from Milton Keynes, apart from a couple of things which I need to go back on Monday to hopefully get, because it was like I didn't have them. So hopefully by the time, because I'm not actually off work, not that I work full time, but I've got 2 weeks off coming up when I know I've got plenty of time to fucking get the room sorted, like get everything out of there,
proper rage at all
and
the stuff
fucking
that you can't do.
just take everything out of the room and fucking get it sorted.
So all these clothes you took to the tip, were they because they were too small or too big?
They were definitely not too big. Let's put it that way. So there was quite a lot of old clothes from both my wife and I that were definitely not going to fit anymore.
Why didn't you take them to the charity shop?
Well, they're in charity bins at the tip. I didn't just chuck them in the household waste.
Okay.
There's like clothing bank at the fucking tip, isn't there?
You didn't say that, did you? You just went to the tip.
We've got a fancy tip. I don't know about yours. Apparently ours is fancy. You've got fucking a bottle bank, and there's somewhere to put scrap metal, and there's somewhere to put carpets. At the tip, there's all sorts of shit at our tip. It's well fancy. I can put batteries there in a special battery place, and light bulbs.
And tellies.
There is a space for tellies and hoovers, except they're not called hoovers.
Filtering the tip's just the local park. Just like,
tip is just literally where you put all the grass cuttings and everything else.
I like taking good stuff to the tip and then breaking it up in front of the blokes when they say, what are you doing with that, mate? I said, it's going in there. You ain't fucking having it.
There's always a pile of stuff like by like the hut where they all like stand where it's fucking freezing. I've got to be honest, I wouldn't want that job, man. It's fucking. I went down today. It's all right today for me to like go there for like 5 minutes, get out of my nice warm car, take all my shit in the bin, get back in my car and fuck off. But they've been there all day and it's fucking freezing.
If they help you to carry anything, it's because they're not putting it in the skip. Yeah.
Well, I launched 2 big
bags. Right?
Fucking. We had one of them like. It's like big poles with shelves suspended across and drawer units suspended across that you used to be able to buy in IKEA. I don't know if you can still get them. So I took all of the metal shit off. These big, like 1.2 meter wide by 40 by 40-ish, probably chests of drawers that are suspended on this thing. Took all the metal bits off, put the drawers back in, took it to the tip. And I just fucking picked them up and just launched it into the fucking scrap wood thing. I was just like, yeah, that felt pretty satisfying just to see that fucking fly over there.
Well, look, when you put something
couldn't have done that a few months ago with other form of weight training. But,
when you take something, you throw it in, and you look down and you think, that fucking one down there is better than the one I've got at home.
So yeah, it's been a few trips to the tip. There'll be a few more trips to the tip, and I've ordered some new flooring and all that shit. So it's all getting delivered at certain times before my 2 weeks off, but in plenty of time. If anything's fucking fucked up, then I've got time to sort it out before I actually got my. But I'm gonna try and do the wall prepping beforehand. I'm having the fucking skirting boards off and everything when I actually get around to it, so it's going to be a bit messy. But
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we look forward to hearing about that. Well, Fraser's next on the list. So we'll talk about his table saw, shall we? What sort of table saw do you think he's got?
I don't know what a table saw is.
Or has he just used his... Well, it's one of them things where you...
What is it?
It's on the wheel, isn't it? And like logs. Cut your logs up, I reckon.
Mate, well, he's
Like
Canadian, so I assume it's massive. He's got to cut up trees.
Yeah, it's bound to be, isn't it? Yeah, he's going logging, isn't he? He's got a few trees spare, and they just cut them up. He's also got a Virtua Fighter. What do you think that could be?
I think that might be an arcade cabinet.
Do you think he's bought an arcade cabinet? He's not said anything. I've not heard him say anything.
Okay.
But who knows?
He hasn't said anything to us, has he? Because if we get this out of the way now, he doesn't have to talk about it next week. And I'm assuming Last Man on Earth is a TV program.
It is a TV series.
Yeah, I'll not watch that.
Okay, is that any good?
I haven't watched it. First couple of seasons are good, and then it starts going a bit, and then we stop watching it. But yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for that, Fraser. That was brilliant. I've bought some fishing equipment this week.
Ooh.
Well, I actually was supposed to buy some last year, but apparently you can't get fishing stuff either.
No,
it must be all the microchips they need for it.
Well, okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, everybody bought all the fishing kit because of lockdown. So like everybody was like, I'm going.
Well, they bought like 10 years worth of fishing gear in that first year.
Much. Yeah.
I had a lot of fishing stuff a few years ago. I stopped fishing. I tried to sell it. I had like hundreds of pounds worth of stuff. I had all everything, all 5 different rods, all the reels, boxes, brawler, everything. And I hadn't been fishing for years because of kids and whatever. And I thought, I'm not going to go fishing again. So I tried to sell it. Put it on, took it to car boot sale. No one wanted it. Put it on eBay, the whole lot for like £100 for this, like literally a shed full of stuff. No one wanted it. So in the end, I just give it to my brother. I said, my brother lives on the Broads, and I just said, come and get it, mate. If you want it, just come and get it. And that was about 4 years ago. And then my dad decides he wants to start going fishing again a couple of years ago. And he's been asking me to go with him ever since. So I said, I ain't got all my stuff. Give it all to Chrissy. I'll at Christmas, I'll buy a nice rod and a reel. I won't go mad. I'll just get enough. I'm not, because I don't fish when it's cold and wet. If it's a nice sunny day and nice and calm, I'll go and have a little. So I said, I'll get some stuff and I'll come with you, perhaps once a month or something. That was last Christmas. And I give me dad some money for Christmas to buy some bits and pieces for himself. And I had last Monday off. So I phoned him up and said, Dad, I shall come and get you. And we'll go down to the fishing shop and you can spend your Christmas money and I'll get myself a rod and some bits and pieces. So that's what I did. I spent £240. I bought a new rod, a reel, and just some weights, floats, just general bits and bobs. My dad gave me a few bits that he didn't need. So I'm going to start going fishing again. Join the club, or I'm about to join the club. That's £60 a year.
A club?
And a license. Oh, you need to join somewhere to fish, not just go and fish.
Well, you mean you're just going to go like to a trout farm or something and just?
I know they've got club waters. You have to join a club that's got.
You can't just fish on the canal, like.
Right. First of all, I live in Essex.
Do you not have canals or rivers?
There's no canals in Essex. We've got rivers. We've got the Chelmer and the Stort, and a bit of the Thames. But so there's a couple. That's
quite a wide bit of the Thames there, is it?
No, it's
not. As in, it's like practically the sea by the time it gets to you.
No, on the other side. I'm not down South End. So I bought myself some fishing bits and bobs. Found out that I couldn't actually get my fishing rod in the Fiesta. Last time I was fishing, I had a fucking Ford Ranger pickup.
Take the TT with you.
Now I've yeah, that's even worse. So Yeah, so I'll have to have the window open with the stuff poking out the front window because the rod's 6 foot. Even
You've not got a big car
broken
now.
down into 2. No, all we've got now is a Fiesta.
You've only got 2
TT.
little ones, have you?
Yeah, don't need a big car anymore. Jack's got his
Put
own
it on the
car.
bike.
Daisy.
Go down the
Well, that would
alleyways
be
on your
the
bike with it like
that
strapped
would
across
be
like horizontally on the bike.
that would that is the option I will go for. Actually, I'll probably just put a little strap over and put it around me like a bow sort of, and just go on my bike. That's probably what I will do. But yeah, so I'm quite looking forward. I'm not going till the weather gets nicer, but it'd be nice to go fishing with my old dad, show him how it's done. So only other thing I've been doing is trying to wangle a change of hours at work. It's been
You haven't
a
actually
hard
managed it yet.
grind. I think I have. I haven't got a contract yet, but from dealings this afternoon, I think I've managed to secure not working on a Friday evening anymore. It means me doing a longer day on a Wednesday, but I'm okay with that.
Fuck all happens on a Wednesday. Not since Tottenham
No,
are
I
in the
know.
Champions League, anyway.
I will be finished by 7 in the evening anyway, so that's all right. If I did want to watch Champions League next year when we're in it. So,
Have you got
there's
your
been a lot of
Christmas pay yet? That's what I was going to ask. Do you get paid monthly? Because you did like.
We got paid on Friday.
Yeah, we did. We get paid every 4 weeks,
Right. That's why you went fishing.
whether we want it or not.
Because yeah, you've done like daily hours over Christmas, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I didn't get as much as I thought I was getting because Mr.
No.
Taxman decided to come and knock in.
Yeah.
When you don't earn enough to pay tax, when you actually do go over, you think, oh fuck, 25% that's just disappeared.
Yeah, that's quite annoying, isn't it?
Yeah. So
I wouldn't know.
But I will actually be doing an hour and a half a week less than what I do now. I was happy just to knock Friday on the head completely, but that wasn't a do, apparently.
I'm not sure that's going to go down that well. One of the busiest days of the week. No, I don't fancy working that anymore.
Well, so I've got to do every third Friday evening as overtime until June, when someone leaves and they can allocate the Friday to somebody else when they advertise the job.
That sounds like bollocks.
Well,
like you don't really have to do that once they get the hours. Like, don't really have to do that now, do I?
No, because
it says overtime. I don't have to do that overtime now, do I?
So, yeah. So, but I told him I'd do it. It works out only about 6 Fridays in between now and June, so I'm not that fussed. So
then you've had a couple of Fridays off, and then you think, oh, fucking can't be arsed.
Yeah. When you wake up, but, oh god, I got to work this Friday.
But 1 in 3 is better than every one that I was.
This is true. So, this is true. That's what you need to keep reminding yourself when you can't be bothered.
Yeah. I give it a few weeks and then I say,
I really need to do this overtime. Maybe sweet talk one of your other colleagues once they've like come back from their fucking disease that they owe you one and they'll have to do it.
Yeah, see all those hours that you missed, you can make that up with some overtime on Friday.
Yeah. Apparently I've got 28 hours holiday still to book as well, so I could just
What's that, about a month
I
off?
only do 20 I do 20 I'll do 24 hours a week, so that's a good week off.
Nice.
But they're already moaning, saying I needed to start booking next year's holiday. I said, I haven't fucking had this year's holiday yet. Oh, we've got to get something put down. We've got to get it booked down.
Yeah, too right. End of March.
Yeah, you'll have all of
3/4 of your holiday booked soon. I've booked
I'm definitely having Tuesday, April the 19th off, because that will be the big 5-0.
Wow.
That's coming round quick.
Oh, it was already 50.
I should be booking that off. Okay, that's me done. Dave, what you got?
So I did have something to talk about. We're going to wait for Fraser to get back because he's going to have an opinion on it. The only thing
he's got an opinion on everything.
Yeah. I watched a film that was actually really good on Netflix called The Mitchells
This is
versus the
unusual.
Machines.
Already a weird thing. A good film on Netflix.
Yeah, it's a animated. Oh, is it CG? It's kind of like in the vein of. It's not cartoon animated. It's CGI animated. But it's a really good family film. It's really funny. It follows a family that's a bit quirky, and AI goes rogue and tries to take over the world. And it's this family versus the machines.
What's happened to everyone else?
They get captured for
What,
various
the
reasons.
entire 7 billion people on the Earth are captured by machines.
Yep.
It's just this one family.
Just this one family left.
There's probably more, but it focuses on this one family.
You can't just assume that there's more. Is there more or not? Do you see any other families fighting the machines?
You do, but they do get captured. But
because they're shit.
They don't see the whole world, so maybe there are some other people.
Anyone not speaking English? Maybe like other countries.
Didn't show any. It's because it's
just
the
racist,
perspective of
isn't
the family.
it? It's
Yeah.
I find it very hard to believe that they could manage to capture every single person in China.
Yeah.
They're machines, though. They're designed with one purpose: to capture humans.
But yeah, it's a good family film. It's a couple of hours long. It's very funny.
I was imagining something a little bit darker. I've got to be honest. You say it's a family film.
No, it's it's good. What else? Nothing else really. Just lots of work and sleeping, and
so none of you watched my recommended film last week, then?
You might have to remind me because I was drunk.
Guns Akimbo.
Oh yeah, I do remember now.
I did.
You didn't watch it then?
No, I added a lot of Daniel Radcliffe's.
Oh, he's gone. He disappeared. Phil's disappeared from camera for a bit.
Sneezed himself into
disappeared in dismay.
No, I did add quite a few Daniel Radcliffe films to my watch list to be watched, but I didn't actually watch it.
What's that? Harry Potter 2.
There's only about 7 of them, isn't there?
Harry Potter 4.
There's quite a lot of films that look really good.
He's in one about a prison escape, wasn't he?
Yes.
I believe.
Escape from Pretoria.
Yeah.
That looks really good.
Is he got a dodgy accent in that?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
It's not Jason Statham.
But
Would you imagine Jason Statham doing a South African accent? That'd be awesome.
But yeah, so I will watch that next week because I've got quite a few films that I've got to get through.
Okay. Don't think I watched anything on telly this week. Too busy playing games, as you can see from my extensive list. Which brings us on to games then.
It does.
What have we been playing? Oh God, Neil, please no. You're going to talk about that one on the end?
I've got to do a little bit. I won't talk about it for very long.
Right. Go on, you go first then, mate.
Right, okay. Well, we'll talk about that one quickly first to get it out of the way. There's been a thing going around Twitter that, if you're not on Twitter, you might not be aware of, but it's called Wordle, which is a guess the word game. And I kept seeing these things, thinking, what the fuck is that? So I started searching for the app on the App Store. It's not an app, is it? It's just a web page. So you go to this web page, and every day from midnight GMT, there's a new word for you to guess. You have 6 guesses, and it's a 5-letter word every day. And if you don't get it in 6 guesses, it's like you fucked. You don't know what it is until someone maybe tells you on Twitter, which would be a massive spoiler. No one. I don't see spoilers for it generally, but it was just you kept seeing these things that look like, I don't know, like a little grid, and people like saying, "Oh, I got it in 3 guesses." Fuck off. But so it's become a little bit of a thing. Like every day I go on there and just do the guesses. I'm doing okay. I did research the most common letters in the English language, And obviously everyone pretty much, I assume, knows that E is the most common letter in the English language. But I now know the next 5 most common letters in the English language are R, A, T, and I and O, which make a word. So that's the first word that I usually put in. And it obviously has 3 vowels in as well, which is quite useful usually because most words have a vowel in one or more. So most words. In fact, I'm not sure there is a 5-letter word without a vowel in, to be honest. There must be at least one in a 5-letter. The only one I actually know that is like more than 3 letters is rhythm, is the only one I can really think of. It hasn't got a vowel in. And Y is known as a soft vowel, I believe, because it's sort of...
And hasn't got a vowel in it. K-double-S.
There might be some Welsh words that have got no vowels in, but I think, to be fair, they have quite a lot of vowels in their words as well. The ones that I know of, anyway. But yeah, so it must be something that pretty much everyone in the world is aware of now who has a phone. But I've only failed one day out of the 5 that I've done so far. I'm on 83% completion. What's that? 5 out of 6.
I knew something was going on when all these women were sitting in the bloody canteen at work going, "Oh, it's got a S in it. Oh, it's got a T in it, but it's in the wrong place. No,
yeah, well, I don't have that conversations, but because I just do it with no one else knows in my house. Do it in my house. No one else knows I'm doing it. Surreptitiously doing it.
My wife's been doing this, but I didn't actually realise it was this.
I do something similar when no one knows what I'm doing in the house, but it's not Wordle.
Similar.
But yours involves socks, in my hand, put it that way. Come on, move on to the next one then.
Anyway, so yeah, enough of that. Like, it's a thing. If you need a website, I can post it in the Discord or something if you're really bothered. But if you're really bothered, you probably already know about it anyway. But yeah, it's all right. So the game I have been playing a lot recently, I have finished. I finished Dark Souls Remastered the other day. I don't know what more people you can say about it that hasn't already been said. It's just, like I say, it's a 10-year-old game now, but it's obviously been a little bit tweaked and remastered for the version that I'm in playing. I did actually load up the original because I'd claimed it on Games with Gold ages ago for the 360, and it obviously runs on Xbox One, and it doesn't run as nice as it does on PC, but it's actually pretty all right. Definitely runs at a lower frame rate and all that, but if you did claim it with Games of Gold and you ain't played it, this is the original. It's not a remastered Dark Souls. It's
has it got a purple writing?
No, I don't know if it's had a Series X. If you play it on Series X, whether it does anything fancy. But
let's see if it's in my games list.
It's just, well, there's a reason. I think it got voted one of the, I think it was the best game of all time or something on Steam, or was it Steam or something award or whatever. But it's just, you don't realise how, if you haven't played it, how influential it is in loads of other games. Like I was playing the next game I'm going to talk about earlier today, and there's just stuff in it like you're like, well, this is just ripped straight from Dark Souls. This is straight from Dark Souls, and like Jedi Fallen Order, which I played last year, is Star Wars Dark Souls. There's so many things that have just ripped out of it for all these other games. The combat is great. The boss at the end of the game was just fucking me right off for quite a while. So I would have a couple of hours of trying to beat him, and then I'd think I'd just lose my shit and just either turn it off or go, fuck it, I'm going to go and do something else in the game for like a while and just go somewhere else and go and do some other stuff and maybe up myself a couple of levels or fucking go and find some gear that I hadn't done before. And then I don't know what day it was this week, I can't remember, but I'd upped my stamina to a degree, a couple of levels. I decided that was the way to go, and I basically, instead of trying to do what I was trying to do, I was just super patient on this guy because he had several. He's got several attacks. Most of like all these bosses in this game, like once you learn what they're going to do, you should hopefully be able to counter it. And there's definitely several ways you can do this for each boss. And the last guy was basically he had this one attack that he would try and grab you, and that was the opening basically for me. Every other attack that he did, I would just block. And when I wasn't, the thing with that is like when you block, if you have a good enough shield, it will absorb all of the physical damage or most of the fire damage or whatever. Or they've all got loads of different stats. But it will drain your stamina. So the key is you block the attack, then you stop blocking, because while you're blocking, your stamina goes up slower. You'll regain your stamina much slower. But as soon as you stop blocking, it goes up a lot quicker. So the key was block the attack, let go until he goes for another attack, and then block that. And then it's like a stamina management and then like avoidance of getting hit, basically. Whereas I was trying to avoid all the damage before, just roll out the way and attack. That, like, if I fucked up a timing on one fucking roll, I would just get absolutely mullered. So that was my tactic in the end. It took me quite a long time. Like, the actual fight took a good 5 minutes of me just like being very patient of like block the attack, go wait for him to make that grab attack and then fucking stab him with my big spear. And then just do the one stab, don't get greedy, just really be super patient. And I fucking did it with like, that was no fuck ups basically. Hit me a couple of times, but I'd had enough time to like heal myself up and just be super cagey the whole way through. And then once you finish it, it throws you straight into New Game Plus. Just chucks you back at the beginning of the game and says, "There you go, have another go." But you've kept all of your shit, all of your levels. You're like super high power, but everything else, like when you kill something in New Game Plus, you get a lot more souls, but things are a bit harder to kill, but they do a fuck ton more damage to you. It feels like than they did in the normal game. So I did play quite a bit of New Game Plus. Just go, I was like, fuck it, I'm a badass now. I know what I'm doing, and then I got killed like the first couple of bosses, no problem. The bosses actually are quite easy when you go through. The first couple anyway through New Game Plus. But then there's another area with all these ghosts called New Londo Ruins, and you have to like consume like a transient curse is what it's called in the game to like be able to attack the ghosts. Otherwise, you can't hit them. And yeah, I was doing that okay, and they just like fucked me up big time. I was like, I kept like get so far through them. I was being really careful, and then I'd try and get through to this next part of this level, and I just get totally swamped by fucking ghosts, and there's too many of them, and I was just like, shit. I had something like 150,000 souls, and when I died the last time, and I was like, oh, I could have leveled up like nearly 3 times there, or bought loads of shit, and it was quite far into the level, and I was like, I just quit now. And I'm not sure I'm going to go back to it now because I feel like I played it through, and I might go back to it, but I've got a new game that I bought today, and I've got some other games that I bought recently that I probably want to play before I go through on New Game Plus. So my last game I'm going to talk about is not new exactly, but it's new for PC. Came out today, and it is God of War. I did a stream earlier. No one watched other than Lord. And maybe someone else. I can't remember right now.
In my defense,
Pilch was there. So Pilch watched it for about 5-10 minutes, and then Lord popped in.
I did. I was on my tea break.
Yeah, so I think most people who play games probably know about God of War by now. It was a PS4 game that came out in 2018.
18, I think.
Very good. Very highly rated. I did play it on the PS4, but I think by the time I played it, I definitely picked it up cheap on PS4, so it'd obviously been out a while. And when I played it, I'd been playing PC games for a little while, and going back, as I've said before, to PS4s and Xbox Ones that run in games at 30-ish frames per second. And the people who know have got PS5s and Xbox Series X's are having a similar experience probably now, going, not really sure how I played those games when they were shit like that. But it was clearly good when I played it on PS4, but playing it now and it's like running 60 frames per second, looking super nice on my PC. I'm like, yeah, this is definitely a big step up from what I played before. It's the same game. If you have a fancy ultra wide monitor, you can play it in ultra wide, but I don't have an ultra wide monitor. So there's lots of enhancements that are available on the PC that are even better than it is on the PS5, apparently. I'm not sure I'm experiencing all of that. So I'm only playing it on my 1440p monitor, normal 16:9 monitor. And I'm very, like I say, very early in. But it does, like I said, does borrow, like the combat is very, like, I don't know if you played the old God of War 1, 2. I only played God of War 3, I think, out of the earlier games on the PS3. I did finish that game.
Okay.
I don't think I played 1 or 2 at all. I think I played, it was a remaster or something, wasn't there? They did. I didn't really get on with that. But they were good games back in the day for the technology that we had, and they're still good. And like I say, it's early days. I'm only beat. Like, it looks fucking incredible. I've got to be honest, on PC. There is a stream, obviously, already on Twitch, so you can have a look. It's not running quite the same quality on the stream as it is that I'm seeing. I had to turn the HDR off because it looks fucking weird as fuck on the stream.
Okay.
Compared to what I'm seeing. But yeah, it does look really nice in HDR on my PC as well. And the combat is very, like, after playing Dark Souls and coming into this, I was just like, first few fights, I was just fucking like block, parrying everything, absolutely smashing everything up, going, yeah, I'm quite good at this now. And then I did get my ass kicked quite a few times towards the end of what I was playing. But yeah, it's good. And but it's like I say, it's very early days. But I've not got as far as I did when I had it on PS4. But I think it does make me wonder whether I should go and buy Horizon on PC, because I didn't get on with it when I was playing it on PS4. But having played, you could tell God of War was good, but it was just that whole, I'm not playing the best version this game could be kind of feeling.
Horizon Zero Dawn is probably the best game I've ever played. That was I bought the PlayStation for that, and it's the one and only game that I platinumed.
Okay.
It was fucking brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So
I just got a bit fed up with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I did as well.
I don't think I really even got that far. It was one of those. It got a bit Assassin's Creed like, where it was like, oh, you've got to go and do this thing, and then that's it, and then I get distracted by these other little side quests and feel like I had to do them.
Once you start building your gear up, and you're just taking down massive dinosaurs, it is.
Yeah, so I don't ever remember getting to the point where I was doing that.
I never got bored with it. I nearly finished it on, because the annoying, as they always do, bring out game +1 and then add some extra fucking trophies for it. So although I platinumed it, I got the platinum. I haven't actually got all the achievements, all the trophies. So I played it again on +1, and I got to the last. There's a sort of a siege thing right at the end. Literally, you have to defend this area, and I got all the way to there, and I couldn't finish it. But before I had a chance to finish it, I sold the PlayStation. But I played the whole game again and got right to the end, but it was just too difficult for me to finish it. I tried it about 5 times, so I never did get I think they actually gave another platinum for it if you finished it on Game Plus. But then I got the did you get the DLC with this game?
On
With
which
your game
one?
you bought?
God of War.
On oh no, sorry, you're on
No,
about
I haven't
you
actually
weren't.
bought.
You said
I
you were
haven't
going to get.
bought Horizon
Right.
on PC, but
Okay.
I think the
I
version
think
on
it will.
PC is the full, like, with everything.
Okay. Yeah, because the Outer Wilds or whatever it was called was brilliant. There's more dinosaurs, but it was in the snow and stuff.
Frozen
Was that
Wilds.
a DLC or was that
Frozen Wilds. I think.
Thank you,
It
Van.
might. It was DLC. I don't think it was a standalone.
No, I
thing.
think it was.
I think you had,
extra
was
content.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
it was.
But that was flipping brilliant as well. That was actually better than the game itself, I thought. But
So,
both them games are
getting
two
a
best
PS5 then
best
for
games I played.
Forbidden West then when it comes out.
I am actually considering it. Once I've seen
If you
it,
can get hold of one.
once I've seen it, if it comes out and it's as good as the people say it's as good as the first one, I might actually buy one.
Or you could wait 4 years and buy it and get it on PC.
I've really
because
hoped
the
that they start
PlayStation
knocking
was
things out onto PC a lot quicker.
because the PlayStation was old when that came out, so I only paid about 100 quid for a brand new one for a PS4 Slim
Right.
when that came out, so that wasn't a problem. But obviously they're still 500 quid, so it's a bit different spending 500 quid just to play one or two games.
I do feel a bit like things are slightly improving on the console front in terms of availability. I've definitely seen a few, like the local game shop account that I follow has had. We've got PS5s in stock, but they're like, there's no reserving. Just come and get it. First come, first served.
Okay.
They're actually about turning up in the shops rather than just selling out immediately on the onlines. So I feel like it's a little bit
I'll
better than
wait
it has
now.
been.
There's going to be a new one come out, a new iteration of it come out soon.
Let's hope so, because that was one of my predictions.
No, I shall wait until they bring out a smaller one. That thing's fucking horrific.
It's not great.
But anyway,
it's all right if you stick it behind your TV and you can't see it though, unless you need to put a disc in. That's a bit of a problem.
I can't do that. Oh dear, I put a disc in my PlayStation, in my Xbox for the first time this week.
Well, you better talk about it now then, because I'm done basically.
Oh, okay, do you want me to go next then?
You might as well.
Okay. Well, we've all got Back for Blood on there, apart from you, Neil. You didn't want to discuss.
Well, I did
that.
play Back for Blood, so I thought there's no point in me putting it on there.
Yeah. No. So we will just say it's still good. It was Christmas. Did anyone notice it was Christmas?
Yeah, well, I saw there was a Christmas tree in the camp. Didn't feel very Christmassy other than that. There wasn't much spirit of goodwill going on.
If you'd have ventured into the shooting range, you could have shot presents and baubles to pieces, which was quite entertaining for 5 minutes. And the jukebox was playing Christmas songs.
Was
if
that?
You turned the jukebox on in the garage. That was playing Christmas songs. That's quite good.
There was
nothing in the game.
There was a change that I noticed in the shooting range. If you went right down the far end, you could play as the monsters.
Could you?
What?
Yes. Yeah, boot it up. Go down to the far end, and you can, like, it says choose your character, and it chooses. You can choose one of the unbidden. No.
The ridden.
That's wrong.
The
ridden. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can practice as the baddies.
I wonder whether they're going to bring out some sort of you can do verses.
Well, there is a
be there when
there is a multiplayer part that you can play. It's teams, and you play like a few rounds.
Oh, okay. Oh, perhaps that's why then. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, right. So we don't need to talk about anymore. Right. First game I've played then. I have installed all of the Call of Duties that I currently own on disc, which is why I put a disc in for the first time. I think there's seven or eight Call of Duties. Interesting thing is each.
I was going to say, which consoles do you own them on?
360, Xbox One, and Series X.
Okay, and you just put them in and they install
Yeah, because for some reason I've still got all the Call of Duty discs. I have no idea why.
Because they're
There's
worth about
Infinite
£3
Warfare,
when you take them to trade in. Is the reason why you've still got them.
Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 1, 2, and 3. I don't think I bought 4.
You couldn't buy 4 because it was
Modern Warfare.
online only, wasn't it? 4. Black Ops 4 was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
The Battle Royale,
and
the
then
first
I
Battle
got
Royale thing.
World at War, Modern Warfare Remastered, Modern Warfare 2 and 3. So I've got all those. And I put them on. There was one missing. Call of Duty Ghosts. I don't know why I never played it.
It was shit.
Well, it was on 360 and Xbox One. So I might have been in between getting. I might have thought, oh, I'll wait until I get my Xbox One and then I'll get it on there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm playing the campaign. I'm halfway through it. I've been playing it for about 3 days. It's Call of Duty,
but shit.
It's not doing anything. I quite like it actually. There's lots of different aspects to it. It's still just like on rails.
So is this like? I assume this is the Xbox One version rather than the 360 version.
Yes, Xbox One. Yeah, well, because I bought it from eBay for £4.
Nice.
Because I
worst
didn't
£4
have
you've
it,
ever spent.
and because I thought, oh, I'll just buy it digitally. It's been out for like 5 years on digital. That'll be like £6, wouldn't it?
It'll be £60.
$29.99.
That's a massive fuck you to everyone, isn't it?
World of War, or Modern Warfare on 360 is still £20 on the store. What the fuck?
How many more would they sell if it was fucking like a £5?
I'd buy them. I've already got them on disc, but save me putting the freaking discs in every time. Oh, mate, you can't believe how.
They can't be selling many for £30, can they? Everyone's like, fuck off! I'm not paying £30 for that. I can get it for fucking £4 down bloody CEX or whatever.
Or download Warzone for free and get their Call of Duty.
Well, this is the thing. I haven't bought the last 2 Call of Duties for that very reason. When I got Modern Warfare, Warzone wasn't out. Since then, they brought out Vanguard and Cold War. I haven't even thought about buying them. Why would you buy a £60 game when play Warzone for free? So, but Call of Duty Ghosts, it's actually not bad. I'm not going to lie. I'm enjoying it.
Cheesy.
I've just.
The thing is, I can actually remember bits of it, so it can't have been that horrendous.
Okay, well, it's basically your 2 sons and the dad, all soldiers, and you're fighting other. America's been invaded, sort of thing. Well, they've invaded the world, but
is it North Korea? Is this the one with North Korea?
No, it's some other Americans. They're just like a federation, and they've decided to invade or sort of take down the rebellion, sort of thing. Very Star Warsy. But yeah, it's been quite good. I think I've nearly finished it. I've killed. Oh, no, I'm going to spoil it. My dad's just died, and the main protagonist has got away at least twice after me capturing him. So I've got a funny feeling he ain't going to get away many more times.
Do you think you're going to have to do a button press combo?
There's been 2 or 3 of them already, so I know it's coming.
QTE.
QTE asset, yeah.
Yeah.
Quick time event.
But I mean, it's not come as a surprise, but this is definitely my favourite genre. Just a standard on rails shooter. No open world. You just do a level, takes you 10 minutes, go from A to B, I can't, any game like that, I can't get enough of it. I just absolutely love Wolfenstein, Call of Duty, Battlefield, anything like that. It's just, that's my thing. I absolutely love them. So I should be finished it next week. I don't know whether there's any online still active. I think
I doubt
they've
it.
been
Of
shut
all of
down
them, I
by
would have
now.
thought that would have been the lowest
Yeah.
popular, lowest popularity one.
So the next game I tried, while I was trying to find Call of Duty Ghosts achievements to find out if I actually had previously played it, I noticed that I hadn't played Battlefront 2 for the very same reason that when it came out, it was absolutely fucking horrendous. I'm happy to report it's still fucking horrendous.
What, you
I
playing
couldn't
multiplayer?
finish the game. No, I was playing the campaign, and the bugs,
Really?
constant bugs in it, is horrendous. First of all, I thought I started a game, and it's got HDR boost on it, and frame rate boost as well, because Xbox do all this adding shit to it after the, because it's got the power to run it. And I was playing the game, and everything was in like really bad shadows and sort of almost like, here you can see through, things are disappearing. It looked like that in the game. And I thought, oh, I think I'll have to turn off HDR and turn off the FPS boost and all that shit. So I disabled it all. Didn't make any difference. It looked horrific. So I got through that part of the game, almost unplayable because I couldn't see where I was going and what I was doing. But I managed to get through it. Then I'm out into the it's sort of a jungle area. And I thought, oh, that looks better. It's not doing all this shadowing and shit. But every time there was a cutscene, it started doing it again. So I couldn't really see what was going on in the cutscenes. So I thought, okay, I'll just skip the cutscenes anyway. I'm not really into the story. I'll just carry on. Then at one point, I had to go. It's got the usual standard Star Wars stuff. You get to use the TIE fighters and X-wings, and you get in the AT-ATs and things like that. It's all the standard fares in there. It's quite a good. I was quite enjoying it. The gunplay and stuff was good, but I got to a point where I had to fly into this like loading bay, and I got out of. You automatically get out, and I couldn't move. I was stuck in the thing. Everything else is running fine, perfect. Everything going around, carrying on as normal, but I couldn't fucking move my character. It was stuck. So I went back to the previous checkpoint, loaded, done exactly the same, got stuck. I did it about 5 times, and in the end,
Sure, your
I
controllers
had to.
in.
So I thought, okay, that ain't fucking right. So I ended up backing right out and going to a previous save, and then when I got to that point, it cleared it and I got through. Right. Then I got to the next level, and this is sort of market square area, and you have to go around and just everyone's hiding and ducking behind things. You've got to clear the area. The game was running at twice speed, running perfectly well, but I was sprinting round everywhere. Everyone else is going at twice speed. I did the whole level at double speed. What the fuck's going on here? So I managed to get through that level. And fuck me, the next level I didn't get stuck on a piece of scenery again. And I just turned it off. But
it's actually all right.
Without the game itself was a good game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I played through this, and I thought it was all right. It's not fucking, It's not
Now,
like The
there's
Last of
no
Us or anything, but yes, it's
no.
decent.
There was no official. It's still the bog standard Xbox version. They haven't done a updated version or anything, so it isn't like they've fucked it up while they've tried to improve it. It's the bog standard game. I don't know what the fuck was going on, so I had to delete it in the end because it just was unplayable. I just got fed up with it. I didn't look at the online part of it. I played a lot of Battlefront 1 on Star Wars Battlefront when that came out.
What of the newer Battlefront one you're talking about?
Yeah,
not like original
the first one. No. I was a bit disappointed because it looked like it was a decent enough game. I was quite happy trundling through it, but
it's like I say, it was a decent because the first one didn't have a story like single player mode at all, did it?
No, that's right.
Like a little co-op mode or whatever, but
this is a proper full game.
It was decent. It's not like 7 hours ish
when it works.
Yeah,
that's weird. It was fine. I played it on PC.
I actually clipped a minute of running around at double speed, so if I remember, I'll send it to you. You can have a look. It was hilarious. So I've been toying with one of these games for quite a while, but I saw that the Resident Evil trilogy was for sale for £12. Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6.
Second trilogy, then.
And I know.
Yeah.
Trilogy part 2. They've never done. Yeah, well, they've never done a trilogy of the first 3, have they?
Well, they could have done.
They could have done them all.
By the time there was 1, 2, and 3, wasn't there actually about 7 games out already? They say.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. But this was a package all together. You could buy individually; they were £15, or if you bought all 3, it was £12. It's still individual because they don't load up like a Master Chief Collection or whatever. They're 3 separate downloads, 3 totally separate games.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
So I started Resident Evil 4. I have documented here before that I don't really like Resident Evil because I don't like the clunky, slow manoeuvring.
Definitely not.
This has got to be the worst one. No, this has got to be the worst one.
Well, this is
the
where
controls are.
Every time you aim down sights, you stop.
Correct. So you have to run away a little bit, then stop moving, then shoot at them.
Yeah.
Then run away a little bit further because they've got near you while you was.
Someone is disputing you in the chat here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this person.
Is Fraser in there now?
No, it's not Fraser.
Is it my daughter?
Kiwibi.
Yes, that's my daughter.
Resident Evil 4 is the best Resident Evil, apparently.
Right, Resident Evil 4 is a horrendous, janky piece of shit. Resident Evil 5, however, which I've tried to play before, I think it must have been a demo. I actually quite enjoyed this one.
Is that the one in Africa?
Started playing.
Is it?
It's the one Fraser's played to absolute death. So I started playing it on my own. I got past the point that I'd got past when I played the demo, which I struggled on. It still stand still and shoot shit. You can't move while you're shooting, but it's a lot less clunky than the previous one. You have a little friend helping you, who you can revive, and they can revive you.
A bit like Back 4 Blood,
but yeah, but you should play it with someone. Basically, it is a co-op game.
Yeah, it's meant
to.
Yeah.
So I started playing it on my own, and then Daisy comes in and says, "Oh, because she absolutely loves Resident Evil. She's played the first 2, the 2 remastered ones, and finished them and got like S ranking on fucking nearly every level." So
Have
she
you not
come
played
down.
them
So
then?
right, oh,
Have you not played the remakes?
I've got them both. She bought them, but I can't get on with them. I
Well, on
didn't
Xbox.
like it. Yeah, the current ones, yeah. But she got them both, and I've tried to play them. I finished the first two when they originally come out. They were all right. I'm getting a sore throat for some reason. I have to do a test in a minute. Oh, excuse me.
Couple of days off work, you'll be all
right. So Daisy joined me halfway through the second level, and she was pissed off because I'd started without her. So I said, okay, I'll back out of the game. First of all, we couldn't get in each other's game. So the only way to join the game was one of us had to completely drop out of the game and accept a Xbox party invite.
Right.
Because it didn't matter how many times you invited the other person, when we were both in a lobby, it would not start a game. So I said, okay, I'll drop out, you start a game, I'll join your game, and we'll start from the beginning. We didn't start from the beginning, we started from where I was up to, but I joined her game. So I don't know what the fuck happened there. Anyway, so I was playing as the girl, because I was player 2, joining her game, but it started from where I had finished. So fuck knows what was going on there. But anyway,
You got
so we
carried
played it for a little
apparently.
while.
You were getting carried.
That's what she said. Daisy, shut up. Go to bed. But it was good. I liked it. So I can't remember. Oh, we stopped playing because we got to a point where one of us had. Have either of you two played it?
I'll play that.
5.
Right.
Are we still on about 5? Yeah.
Yeah. So we got to a point where you had to go through it down into a mine, and one of you had to carry a torch. So because you was carrying the torch, you couldn't shoot anything. That was pitch black. One had to carry the torch and shine it, and the other person had to kill the zombies.
You're all definitely getting told off in the Twitch chat here.
So she decided to wander off.
Oh, apparently it was you that ran off.
I had the torch. She should have been following me. So all of a sudden, I'm looking around, and where the fuck, Dave, where the fuck have you gone? I can't see, it's pitch black. Well, yeah, but where have you gone? So I started shouting at her, and then apparently my mic packed up, and she couldn't hear me anymore. So I'm wandering around with this torch trying to find her. She's wandering about in the dark, swearing at me. We can't hear each other. And then she gave up. She had a strop, turned it off. She's not telling me that.
Well,
is she?
I only stuck around in Back for Blood because I had to.
So, but I will play more of it. It was I actually enjoyed it. That's the only. I haven't looked at 6 yet. That's the only one
I
out
don't remember
of
if I ever played 6.
It's supposed to be all right, but 5 is definitely. You've got to play it. You've got to realise how to play it. You can't. You've got to keep backing off, or you can't get too close to people in the first place. I was sort of running up to the zombies, starting to kill them, but you then can't retreat, or you can't even progress because you can't move. But there was a couple of bits in it that were really good. This bloody great bloke come with a chainsaw. He's running with a chainsaw, and you can't move while you're shooting him. So you're constantly having a couple of shots, then running away, getting far enough away from him. And as he approaches, you have another couple of shots, and then you have to try and run away. And we were getting, if one of you dies, that's it. You can't carry on with the other one. Once one dies, you both die.
Don't just have your hands cut off or anything.
No, that's it. You're dead. It chops you in half. That's it. That was quite good. It's not. I wouldn't say it's not. There's no. It's not scary like the other ones were, But I think Resident Evil 7, I think I played a bit of. That was just fucking horrific. But no, it's good. It's good. I will certainly persevere with it.
It's a good co-op game. I really enjoyed playing co-op with that game.
Yeah. Well, I bought it to play it with Fraser, but I mean, he's played it 100 times, so he probably wouldn't mind playing it again, even if I started again. So hopefully I should finish it in co-op, but I don't know how long it is or how difficult it gets. I mean, it certainly weren't easy, and I couldn't see anywhere where you can drop the difficulty down. I think it's just that's it. You can get your guns. When you start another level, you can replay it again, but with the guns that you've collected or unlocked or done up. So in theory, it should be easier every time you play it because you've got all the shit unlocked. There's coins to buy extra upgrades and shit with. So, and you can
I'm sure you can put real money down as well.
I don't think I didn't see anything where there was.
No.
There was. I said before all them days, I suppose, wasn't it? They want that. They didn't have microtransactions in these games. I don't think they've done it. They've only up the. They've only made it 1080p and whatever the remasters. They didn't add any different shit to it. I don't think they just updated the game. But you can have a look. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But that's about it. I did because what's it come on? Mass Effect trilogy that come to Game Pass. That's just reminded me, Neil. You said how come that game's only 28 gig when it was about 100 on the PC? Yeah, well, it only installed Mass Effect 1.
So
It
how do you
didn't
install the others then?
You have to install them separately.
Is that like bonus content?
When you click on Mass Effect Trilogy, it says install, and it says it's installed. And when you go into it, it says install game 2 or 3. And I don't know whether you can uninstall.
Does that in the game though? Right, you don't have to do that. Do you know I've installed? I haven't.
You have to. No, you have to click on it. It's got 3 separate. You know, like Warzone comes up now. Got Vanguard. It's got.
Yeah, but it's like in the game. You don't have to do it in the menu, Xbox menus and all that shit.
Yeah, no, it's in the game. Right. You start the game up, and it says.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It's not likely 3. Like. I don't know. Maybe you might want to start.
I thought, but I downloaded it as a trilogy. You would have thought that would just have downloaded everything, but it didn't. When it was in the package, like I say, when I bought Resident Evil, it came as 3 separate games. They're totally unconnected. You start each one, or you turn it off. Whereas this come down as a whole
single package.
As a package, yeah, but it's still only installed the first game, which I thought was a bit weird. But I'm not going to play it. I don't even know why I bothered. There's no way I'm going to play it. I thought, okay, that might be.
I thought you would have said you'd uninstalled it again already.
Yeah, it's gone. That's what I said. I'm not. I'm not going to play it. I mean, don't. It's only 28
sorry, did you say you played it?
5 minutes.
I
haven't played 1.
Right.
I've finished 2. I completed.
What did you feel like? What happens at the beginning of 2 if you haven't played 1? Then do you have to like one of those like flashback things?
There was you could make some, and you could make some choices. Yeah.
I've only played a little bit of 1, and it was just like weird.
I don't know how I still don't know to this day how I finished it, because all I remember was just constantly walking around a fucking ship, constantly flying around trying to scan for stuff, mining and I can't even remember.
When you get past all that, gameplay was really good.
Was it?
I had this.
I don't think I got past the
and I said, "Oh, I don't." I think I don't think I ever played it. Blah blah blah. I can't remember playing it. And then I went and looked at my achievements, and I finished the fucking thing. So God knows, I really don't remember any of it. I remember walking around.
I heard someone talking about it earlier today on a podcast, and it was like, "Oh, the story was brilliant, blah blah blah," of the first game. This is, and my recollection is,
veteran gamers. They
I
mentioned
can't
it.
everything, which is like, you start off and you're some super dude or whatever, and you can't shoot straight, and then you get to the point where you're on the Citadel. I literally, like, I'm not playing the Legendary Edition. My relatively recent memory is this is playing the original version. It looks fucking awful by any other game standard these days. And I just spent ages walking around this fucking ship, talking to people, not really giving a fuck about what any of them were saying.
That's my memory of it.
So I don't really think I progressed any further than that. I don't think this is my kind of game.
I did all that shit and finished it. So how the fuck I finished it? I have
you obviously did another couple of 100 hours after that bit that you don't remember.
Well, obviously. I mean, that was 360 days, mate. There wasn't a lot of stuff to play, was there?
I guess that's the problem, isn't it? There was less games. There was no good indie games back in those days. It was just weird Xbox. What was it?
There's still no good indie games.
Fuck off! All the indie games are good now.
Not. Anyway, so I'm done. It's just down to Dave now, then.
Yeah. So I've got, to be honest, the games that I've been playing, I've talked about previously, but I played some Lords and Villains again. I talked about this a couple of months ago, I think it was. It's kind of like a RimWorld style city builder, where you're the lord and you basically create areas for AI families to come in and do farming or do mining and basically build a little economy up. The idea is to get a self-sustaining village. You get the updates includes now like outsiders coming in, so you can build an inn. And there's caravans and stuff. And so before, when you was playing it, you would always suffer a sort of a death of the village because there wasn't enough money, there wasn't enough transactions spreading the items and money around. Whereas now, that doesn't happen so much because there's outside people coming in, buying stuff, selling stuff. It's really good. I put another couple of hours into it. Yeah, the updates were really good. I'll play a little bit more of that. But yeah, enjoying that. I was just I thought I'd put a few hours in that. The other game I've been playing a lot, Scum. I think
Still playing it.
Still playing it. Yeah. Put some more hours into it. I've had to go on some public servers. I got killed once by another player, and I also got stepped on by a robot because I went into the wrong area. I've been using a online map to sort of give you a bit of information about what
is the map the same? Oh, like it's just one map. There's not like a procedurally generated or anything like that.
No, one big map. And then there's online map helpers where it's like basically a Google Maps in game to show you where items spawn, what types of buildings are where, and that's actually made it the game a lot easier for me to get into because of you can understand where you are and which direction to go into. So instead of wasting a few hours of running around not finding.
Is there any transport? Can you construct transport, or is it just literally?
Yeah. Get motorbikes, quad bikes, car.
What, do you have to make it, or can you find it lying around?
No, you find it, but then it's in various different states of whether it's got electricity, it's got fuel, or if it actually needs repairing, or the tires need repairing or not.
Because I bought this game fucking ages ago, and I played it for I don't know a couple of hours maximum. It was just like,
it needs a lot more time than a few hours to get into it. And I can see why people play it for a little bit and turn it off because it is quite in depth. But yeah, I'm still really enjoying it. It's the kind of game that like play for 3 or 4 hours. I know I need 3 or 4 hours to play it, because if I don't play it, if I've only got an hour or so to play, there's too much to do. So yeah. So there's that, and I'm hoping to get an online. I'll put some link in Discord and get a little community together. Join a server if anybody else is going to be playing it, and make a little get a little event going, because I know quite a few people have got it. I think Fred's got it, you've got it, Neil. There's a few other people on my friends list who's got it, but I know there's been loads of updates. There is another big update coming, so I might actually wait.
It looked like it had like all these online service type games have this, like you're saying about Back 4 Blood having Christmas trees. There was like fucking Santa hats in Scum or something.
Yeah. You can.
So
you
it's
could
become like a
find
live service game.
Yeah. It's that. From what I've been playing of it, yeah, they're doing lots of little updates like that, where it's like clothing, or you could build a Christmas tree and put tinsel and baubles and stuff on it, and so you could like make it themed.
Waste
And I've
your
seen
resources.
basically, but there's a lot of people at that point in that game where they're at the end game and they just want stuff to do, so they put stuff like that into it. But I'm very much still early game, still learning it. But yeah, there's going to be another big update. 0.7 is going to add roving traders, an economy, and things like that. So
They're not said anything about when a full 1.0 release type might happen. No,
not as far as I've seen. But they've been, I think it's been in development for like 3 or 4 years so far. So yeah, I do. So yeah, and then I've been played a bit of Call of Duty Warzone. That was one day where I was like, I've only got half an hour. Played on the new Pacific map again. I think I've played it once or twice before, but I had a couple of games.
How does that work with like your weapons and all that hoo-ha? Is that because
you can't use your weapons anymore?
No.
You have to use the new weapons,
which are old weapons.
All your everything you got from Cold War or
Cold War you can use.
Modern Warfare. No, it's all gone. You have.
What's the new one?
Only use
Vanguard.
Oh, Vanguard. Yeah, sorry, that's the World War II.
Yeah, you can only use Vanguard weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So do people who own Vanguard have a massive advantage then? Of actually,
yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yes, because you don't get any access to your loadouts. You can only choose Vanguard weapons.
Yeah, you can.
It was good. I've played a
up.
few rounds.
Yeah.
Resurgence has changed. They changed the map on that as well, haven't they? It's not just because previously Resurgence was on the little island, Rebirth Island, but now they've everything is gone. There's nothing from the original.
I'm sure it'll be back, slightly different.
Yeah.
But I played a little bit of it. I thought the new guns were actually quite good. They're not old guns, are they? They've got they've got sights on them, and they've
sci-fi World War II. Then
it's like World War II, but the guns are the same age, but all the attachments and everything around it.
You've got like laser sights and shit.
UAVs and orbital cannons and.
But it was all right. It's going to take you a little while to get used to them little maps again for the. Because I only really play Rebirth or Resurgence, so just like 2 or 3 man teams. So it's going to take a little while to get used to them. But I played one game and we come 3rd, so
it's easy. Then it's full of bots. Is that what you're saying?
No, Pilcher's carried again to the end.
I didn't even look to see, because when they did Modern Warfare, when they went on to Cold War, they wiped out all your stats from the first game.
Oh, did they?
They just which was you kept your your levels and stuff, but they just fucking started from zero again, which really pissed me off because I spent all that time building up, going up through level 100, 200, whatever, and they just fucking wiped it. And I didn't look to see what they'd done with the with your records. I'm assuming that part of it, how many wins, how many games you played, that part of it's still intact. But I didn't look to see whether they wiped out my rank. I did see something about being prestige level 3, which doesn't really make any fucking sense to me because I don't know quite how you get, because you don't get to level 50 and then prestige. You just get I don't know how it works, but I didn't look at it enough to see whether they'd wiped out everything. But from what I can see, there's literally nothing of the original 2 games in it anymore.
No.
Which is all right, but like you say, if you've been playing Vanguard multiplayer, then you've got a massive advantage because you've unlocked half the shit. But it was like that when I bought Modern Warfare day 1.
Right.
So I'd already fully ranked up everything.
Yeah, well, the thing is that Warzone came out after Modern
before
Warfare.
Warzone come out, so that took a long time for people to catch up who only had Warzone because they were starting from scratch. But that would be the same. Cold
Thing
War,
is,
they
though,
didn't do that.
they'd always
you
kind
could
of
use your
rigged it.
guns.
Like, the best gun in Warzone, as far as I was concerned, was the M4, which is the gun that you started off with in fucking.
Yes,
It was
the
like
only
the basic
gun I've
gun
ever
that
used.
you have. Yeah, exactly. So the best gun turns out to be the first gun you have anyway. It's just all the attachments and shit. So.
Yeah, but it takes a long time to get them attachments. That's the thing, isn't it? Because they opened with each level. You can't do stuff with that gun just to undo the attachments.
No.
Things open every level. So
see, I liked
to open
Modern
everything,
Warfare
you've got to get to
multiplayer.
level 150 odd.
The new Modern Warfare multiplayer was good, but like, I'm not sure I'd go. I don't think I'd go and buy Vanguard to play the multiplayer.
I was thinking about buying it.
Tempted,
From what I've looked
you don't
at
buy
videos,
any games now. You just play all the shit on Game Pass and don't play it, and then moan about it and how shit it is.
But if Warzone weren't a thing, I would have bought Cold War. I would have bought Vanguard because I've bought, apart from Ghosts, apparently, I've bought every single Call of Duty.
Ghost was the one that came out on 360 and Xbox One. That was the transition year.
Yeah, that's why I probably thought, well, I'll just wait until I get the Xbox One and then, yeah. So I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry, I've hijacked your chat, mate. What else you got?
No. The only other thing was Wreckfest. There's a new tournament, single player tournament out that I saw, and I haven't completed it yet. But you work through it and you get a new car.
You're still on Game Pass, Wreckfest?
Yes.
I don't know. I had it on Steam.
Yeah, I've had it on Steam for ages, but I know it was on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Like, can you play crossplay?
Probably fucking not.
Probably not.
Let's see.
Oh, quick Google.
I think you can play, like, because it's an Xbox, like a Windows Store version. You can probably play Xbox and Game Pass version.
Apparently, there's a bringing it crossplay and save data transfer PlayStation 4 and 5. Okay, so I think it's only crossplay between the 2 PlayStation ones.
Was that? I ain't played it in ages, but I definitely, if we could get a load of people together, that would be quite a crack. Wreckfest.
Yeah, it's not even crossplay between Microsoft Store and Steam. So PlayStation version is crossplay between 4 and 5, but all the other versions are new, which is a bit rubbish. But it's so fun to play. Yeah, it's weird. It's still one of the games I go back to when I just want to have a quick blast. I was gonna have a go on Forza, but I picked up.
I played some Forza. I didn't talk about it. I have played some Forza, and I keep playing Halo multiplayer. I keep playing Forza here and there.
I've played a bit more Forza, not a lot.
I don't know. I haven't got the motivation to go and tick off all the boxes. That's for sure.
Well, I bought the DLC, so once the other two DLCs come out, then I'll get back on it and smash them. I don't even know what they're of this time.
No, there's no spoiler.
always-
No, like teasers of what it is going to be. Is
No,
it? What,
But
we had Hot Wheels and we had Lego. What's left?
yeah,
It's going to be Transformers or some crazy shit.
but they'll have a different weathered area because they always do that.
Yeah, but they have all the weathers now, don't they?
I suppose so. They're in the game.
What was in 4? What did we have for 4? Because they didn't do a weather. There was a weather themed one for 4.
Yeah.
It was something island.
Yeah. Can't remember what it was. One was snowy, wasn't it? One was winter. Blizzard Beach. No, that's in Florida, isn't it?
Well, we've had a new question from the Discord.
Oh, have we?
Because someone predicted that someone. Well, in relation to the Jay's question, who do you predict will die in 2022? Lord responded with hopefully Boris. I don't know who he's possibly talking about there, but Jay then responded back with, which video game character would you unleash upon Boris?
Which video character?
I reckon the guy from the Plague Tale, the baddie.
Oh,
the weird fucking
Kratos.
The weird fucking I don't know, whatever it was, priest kind of guy from Plague Tale.
I'd say whichever character Dave uses for his fucking Back for Blood character, because he'd be dead in fucking minutes, wouldn't he? Once he scares the birds. Are we done?
Well, I think we're done.
Right, shall we discuss if we're going to get any gaming action in this weekend before we do Dave's bit?
Not tomorrow. Maybe Sunday for me.
Sunday. Okay. Sunday afternoon, evening seems pretty.
Sunday evening is the only time. Well, I'm about tomorrow. And I'm about Sunday evening.
He's looking. Where was you looking at?
Me.
See if he was about. Yeah.
I'm just looking at the screen, like my other screen, to see if any questions have come through or responded to anything. Okay. But I'm definitely working Sunday. Saturday I'm about. I've got a job to do tomorrow, which I didn't talk about earlier. I ordered some stuff from Screwfix.
Oh.
I haven't. No tools. No tool talk. But I ordered a new pair of shoes for work. Safety shoes
from Screwfix. Oh, okay,
from Screwfix, which were £36. Shoes from Screwfix, safety shoes with steel toe caps.
You can get safety. They'll give you safety shoes.
They don't give me safety shoes at work.
If you tell them that you slipped, they'll give you some.
Well, I paid £36. I usually buy some shit Dunlops
wants to go out
from fucking Sports Direct.
Thank you.
Sports Directs usually knock out these Dunlop safety shoes for like less than £20, and that's what I've been buying.
Let me tell you,
however long.
I've been buying Dunlop steel toe cap boots for about 10 years. I buy 2 pairs every time I go in there because they last about one garden in winter.
Yeah, they're fucking shit. Basically, they are shit because they get fucked up big time. I only work at Tesco's, and the shoes fall apart. They're shit.
Well, I can tell you, they last 1 year, but...
Well, £20 a year, I guess, is not that bad.
Yeah,
it seems quite bad to throw the fuckers away after a year.
Hang on. I buy them in September. They are waterproof all through the winter, and they fall apart in the summer. And then I buy another pair in September.
Well, I've been wearing these things for work for fucking however long. And if it gets to a point they literally are falling apart and they're shit. So I was like, I had a look. They had something on Screwfix for £20, but they had that horrible pattern on them, like the fucking like bobbly pattern shit. And then for like £36, they look like normal shoes. I was like, I might buy some of them. See what they're like. Maybe they'll last a bit longer. So I've tried them on today. Seem all right. We'll see how they last. Hopefully they last longer than my shitty Dunlops.
Are you wearing jeans or are you still wearing?
I'm not
Tesco's
wearing my
cargos?
own fucking clothes to work.
That's what I said.
That's like, are you fucking mental? I'm wearing my trousers that I wear to work. I've got a fucking hole in the knee. I'm like, why would I wear my own clothes to work? Because they get fucked up.
You know you can't order cargo trousers now. You got to have chinos.
Chinos. Well, I've got some Oxford shoes to go with my chinos from
you're going to look very
from Screwfix.
Like Bobby Dazzler, aren't you?
Like they did have some brogues, some steel toe cap brogues at a Screwfix for a similar price, but I was like, I don't want to wear brogues to work because they're going to look a bit weird.
They do Dunlop. They do them trainers in Dunlop in trainers in.
You're not allowed to wear trainers to work.
Of course you fucking are.
No.
Have you seen
shouldn't be wearing trainers?
You,
some young lady Tesco's is wearing fucking Converse boots. I was like, well, you won't want to fucking pull a cage with them on, would you?
No,
you want to run over your fucking foot with one of them fucking foot on, will you?
We've got 2 or 3 of them that are wearing Converse boots, and the other day one of the girls dropped a big tub of sour cream on them and absolutely fucking covered them. There you go, love.
It's like that's why you buy shit shoes for work. Not your fucking 70 quid pair of Converse or whatever.
No.
I'm sure she looked very stylish.
Yeah, don't look so stylish with some manky fucking milk stains on them.
They're also deciding to wear, because you can wear your own trousers now, they're wearing leggings.
That's not bad.
This could be a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, I don't know. Skinniest, thinnest, tightest fucking leggings they can find.
Have you actually got your new uniform then?
No. We've had to order it before the 31st, apparently. Only 30%.
I've got to measure my waist and everything, so I'll keep like changing my mind when I'm going to do that.
What are you, 30, 36 now?
I was a 36. I ordered a 34 pair of trousers, but I couldn't get them out of my arse last time. I fucking tried them on, so I was like, guess I'm a 36 then.
You can always order the maternity trousers.
That's what I said to my boss. I was like, I should be trying these fuckers on, like the maternity t-shirts. Yeah, the weight training's taken a bit of a back seat lately, I've got to be honest.
Are you going to order one of them turbans that's in the uniform now?
I don't need a turban.
Oh, well, you can order it, though, if you want one.
Can you?
Yeah. Have you not seen the pictures?
Seems like I don't need one.
You might not be the target audience for that. Eh?
I'm not like... I don't feel like I should order things just because I can. So...
Okay. Fuck you, then. I'll just have to show you mine, won't I?
Has it got Tesco written on it?
Oh, it's fucking bound to, isn't it?
Right, that's so shit.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, so I'm definitely on the elastic waistbands, Baron, yeah. I found one of my old pairs of tracksuit trousers while I was going through all my clothes. They're a medium, not a large. I'm wearing them now.
Well, you're
not cutting off my blood supply, so...
I was going to say, has it got any string left in them?
I don't need to tie them up, put it that way.
You'll be pleased to know that when I started going to the gym in September, I was 14 stone. 2 weeks before Christmas, when I broke my toe, I was 12 stone 7.
That is a good
effort.
And
now I'm
14 stone again.
I'm 13 stone 4 now.
Ooh, mate.
How's the toe? I haven't been to the gym since.
How's
the toe's all right.
Well, you best get back there then.
The toes. Yeah. Well, Christmas come along, didn't it? And then I'm still eating all the shit from Christmas, so I thought, I'm not going back just yet until I've had it all.
Maybe go back before you eat it all.
Go back what?
Go back before you eat it all. Maybe that'll help.
No, because then
I feel like I'll go to the gym for an hour and then I'll go, fuck it, I can eat some chocolate and I'll be fine. Yeah,
but then I'll be going to the gym and for stuff in my face, so it'll be, So
I might as well get fat before you go and get fit.
Make like proper use of it. Like,
So it took me 3 months to lose it and 6 weeks to put it back on.
Yeah, it's fucking goes on a lot quicker than it fucking comes off. That's for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, right. So, Dave, do your bit.
So, thank you for listening to the Seal Podcast. If you'd like to ask us any questions or get involved, please contact us on our Twitter @Seal Podcast, email us at sealpodcast@gmail.com, or join us on a Discord server. A link is pinned on Twitter. We have YouTube and Twitch channels, which we're streaming to at the moment, which we upload and stream to as regularly as we can. I'd just like to say thank you very much, guys. It's been a great catching up. Whose stomach was that?
Might have been me. Was that on the cat? Was that on the mic? Was it?
It was on the mic.
Did I miss something there? I missed it.
Chicken tikka masala come back to say hello.
And yeah, so we hope Fraser is feeling better next week.
Well, hopefully he's feeling better soon.
He's getting very lackluster with his appearances now, isn't he?
He is, isn't he?
Has anyone else noticed this?
I've noticed this for a long time. Maybe you'll notice when he edits the show, but I doubt it.
When I was asked on this show, and I said, "Okay, I'll come on when I can," and I've done every single one since, apart from the Christmas one, and he had the cheek to comment. I thought, "Hang on a minute."
Dirty, isn't it? I just assumed you was it. That was you now. That was it. It's like takeover.
Yeah.
Better just say some thanks to people who have joined us in the Twitch. So we have Scott Patton, who subs with Prime. Thank you very much. Baron Von Glair, who joins us regularly. Some twat called Fraser Moo.
Is he still in there?
I don't know if he's still in there now.
No, he's gone now.
Rocksteady.
Yeah.
Derek Signs, Diesel Saint. Thank you for joining. And I'm going through people who've chatted. So if you haven't chatted and you've been watching, sorry. Silent Slayer UK, Christian Man of God 420. I don't know if people know these people. Apex E333, Silent Slayer. I said that already. Key Wibby. I think that is it for people who've been chatting in the Twitch. Thank you for contributing.
Okay, then that just leaves me to say thanks everyone for listening, and I'm pretty sure one of us will stream something this weekend for your enjoyment. Just keep a little ear out for our notifications. And if it's Fraser doing Origami 2, then just don't bother.
Just keep that one.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So hopefully Fraser will be back next week. And thanks, chaps, for coming along. And laters, everyone.
See you later. Thank you for watching or tuning in.